I actually have room to like slide in.
Yeah.
Look at this.
We found the right link for this table.
Wow, we're finally figuring out how to do this podcast.
And how many episodes?
into
Yes,
it. This
how
is like
many?
our 13th episode or something.
That one's mine.
Oh, that's yours? This is mine. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm usually the only one with this shape of bottle. I'm like just reaching for it
Keep your drinks
instinctively.
far away from Ben.
Yeah, I'll drink everybody's Coke if you let me.
It was on your right-hand side.
It makes sense,
right-hand.
Yeah, I'm not left-handed like Typhogem, but we are here with a fresh new episode today.
Yes.
About something I know nothing about, which is exciting to me because I knew like more about the Canaanite gods than I knew about this. And that was almost nothing.
That's
so
fascinating.
yeah,
It's crazy.
I don't
You don't know this case.
anything. I've never even fucking heard of it. Like this is mystery to me. This is like
Which is weird because of your Bigfoot thing. Like this is Yeti connection.
Yeti connections. Okay,
Oh.
well now I'm in. Now you just sold me. I mean, if I don't know about something, it's always the question of like, am I going to give a shit about it? But the fact that you just said Yeti, I'm going to to give a shit about it. So.
Well, the fact that there's conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
also,
conspiracy
there's a
theories
lot
are
of
also
conspiracy.
usually up my alley. So.
That's how I know about it. Is there's a lot of people who do stuff on this case and they'll be like, these are all these conspiracies that could have been happening, and I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to give any ideas away. But when we get to those parts, I can mention like, oh yeah, this is something that I would hear on the internet all the time.
I can't wait. All right.
Yeah. Welcome back to the True Crime Podcast. Is this good? The angle good?
Yeah,
Can you see it?
we got a good little angle there.
Okay.
Seeing these hikers in the snow, and nothing bad is going to happen to them.
Yeah, also, don't knock over my laptop. I'm just staring at it.
It's kind of precarious on the edge there, but
Yeah, just be careful.
Will not. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about the Dyatlov group mystery.
group mystery.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So shout out to dyatlovpass.com. Almost exclusively, I use this as a source. Great site. It is kind of a boomer site. Like it's
Does it have
with
that,
all
like,
due respect. It's like a Gen X site.
I'm picturing like the GeoCities look. Is that what you're saying, or is it just more the content leans that kind of?
Was it more like
format.
the Google site? They had a Google site, but they barely put any effort in.
No,
but
there's
they-
tons of effort.
There's a ton of effort.
But it's just like the format is very old school. It's kind of hard to navigate. But they've uploaded every single primary document, like all of the original Russian and all the
my
original
God.
photographs. So
They're thorough.
But also, I mean, it happened in 1959, so
Yes.
it's going to be mostly more older people who
that's true.
would be experienced,
Yes.
who are more passionate about it.
But thanks to this site, the younger generations are helping to continue the legacy
Yeah.
of this story. So props to this website.
yes.
This is like the second website we've done a shout out for. The
Yeah.
first being that Arcana Wiki or whatever the hell it was that I learned how to tell
right.
fortunes through
Yeah.
chickens
Yeah.
with.
The cheese fortune episode.
Yes.
Yeah, good site. Really easy to stumble across conspiracies combined with the actual
so
primary
there's
information.
conspiracies. Okay, good.
Yes.
So just be careful. I would read the case file first instead of just going straight ahead.
And
Just
then
because
use
it's a
your
little
noggin.
confusing. All right. So usually it's called the Dyatlov Pass incident. It is 9 hikers of the UPI, the Ural Polytech Institution. They're part of a sports club and they go missing while they're hiking in the Ural Mountains. So it's 9 students, 1 graduate, or some graduates, 1 stranger.
Who was the stranger?
You'll know.
Oh, there's
We know who
details
he
coming.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And
they
all-
didn't at
yes,
first.
and only 1 makes it back alive.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're set in Russia. So during the school's winter break, they planned an expedition, a category 3 difficulty. So there's 1 through 3. 3 is the most difficult. So a difficult hike, about 300 kilometers ski hike to Mount Otorten. That's the only word I couldn't figure out how to pronounce. So apologies to this
Any
mountain.
Russians in the audience? They're like, no, it's pronounced Otirtin or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, please
Correct
correct,
us.
us.
Yeah, correct us.
So this is part of the subarctic biome of Russia. So very cold. And when they were found, they had passed, all of them had died in unusual locations, only a little more than a mile from their abandoned tent, with very unusual injuries in very unusual circumstances.
Oh no.
So that's a little...
This is like
Intro.
creepypasta kind of stuff.
A lot of people they would play like creepy music and they would talk about this case.
All right, we're dropping some creepy music under
Yes.
this episode. Okay.
Yeah, like the royalty-free BuzzFeed Unsolved.
That kind of
Bad
thing.
X-Files sounding music.
Yeah. So interesting thing about this case is there's a mountain of evidence but no clear answers. Each hiker had a journal. Not all of them wrote in their journal, but each hiker had a journal. They had a group journal, and all of them had a camera. So they're taking pictures of their journey the entire way. So we have all of this evidence, but the official investigation, they were doing a lot. They were not incompetent, but it was poorly documented. Like instead of a regular, like a official report, like we happened upon this site, this is what we found. They were using the rescuers or like searchers who were like trying to find them, their eyewitness testimony. So it's
okay.
There's several conflicting ones.
There's no clear
Eyewitness
concrete
is
line of
not-
evidence.
Yes, exactly. And there's
Good.
conflicting order of events
Okay.
and very unhelpful photography.
Yeah, okay.
Like they took a picture, but like you have no idea where that picture is in space.
Oh.
It's like Bigfoot photography where like
Kind of.
it's never going to prove anything because it's all so bad.
Yeah.
What are they gonna
It
do?
always happens.
Yeah. When's like Roger Deacon's going to have a Bigfoot sighting out there? Get some like 8K footage and then we'll know he's real.
Yeah.
So when and where are we? So this is actually their school. Very grand. This is probably a statue of Lenin in front of it. The Ural
That is,
Polytech.
that is a cool school.
Very
I know.
cool,
It's
yeah.
very,
Gosh.
for our listeners, it's very neoclassical Greek columns. Very grand.
Yeah.
So we're in Soviet Russia, 1959. I'll just tell you a little bit what was happening in the world around that time. So World War II has ended a couple decades ago, but during World War II, these, they're not kids, they're in their 20s, but these kids were teenagers during World War II. And one of them actually fought in World War II.
Ooh, we do have one veteran there.
Yeah. Joseph Stalin is dead, 1953.
Yes.
We're anti-Stalin.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
That's an
Yeah.
official.
That's on the record.
Space beam sonar.
Space Beam Sonar says, screw Stalin.
Yes.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Lenin.
Lenin, yeah.
So the Joseph Stalin was like the leader of Russia at the time. I practiced the name, I swear. Nikita Khrushchev is the new leader of the Communist Party. It's kind of like the same as being like the leader of the Republican Party. That person's going to become president.
Yeah.
So he is very anti-Stalin. He is de-Stalinizing the country and turning towards a more liberal democratic Russia. He's very pro-peace with the West. So a new age in Russia. Queen Elizabeth's coronation is televised, 1953. So first televised coronation. Most people have black and white TVs in their homes, of course, depending on your economic status. Both the USSR and USA have launched the first satellites into space. So we have the space race, but there's also the nuclear arms race. So the US and Russia are very...
One's a little more fun than the other.
Yeah, we love space stuff, but...
Yeah.
And the US has already dropped 2 atomic bombs.
Lest we forget.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, during World War II. The Korean War has ended in a stalemate, and the Vietnam War is starting. And those are both proxy wars between the US, Russia, US, China. Capitalist, communist proxy wars. So the biggest superpowers. In the US, we're going through the second Red Scare, which is where people were afraid they're communists about in the US. There were like a lot of actual witch trials, and people were being brought to court like, are you a communist? And one guy actually was executed for being a communist.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know we had like the Hollywood stuff. I
yes,
remember
the
learning
Hollywood.
a lot about that in film school because
Yeah.
of the Hollywood 10 and stuff where everybody thought that was just a communist hotbed.
Maybe we should do one on a Red Scare.
That would be
That'd be good,
interesting.
yeah.
Just
Really
deep
good
dive
one.
into Red Scare stuff. That fascinates me.
If you were part of a union, if you were a little too flamboyant, gay, you were a communist.
Yeah.
And the first nuclear power plant, so not nuclear weapons, but a power plant for energy, was built in Russia. So we're going to meet our hikers.
Here we go. Cast and crew.
So there are a lot of people in this case. It's important we memorize them.
Gotta know who's who.
Yes. It's going to be, hopefully it's going to be easy. But it's important later to like help visualize things. So Igor Dyatlov, he's who the case is named after. He is the leader of the hiking group. So when you sign up for an expedition, whatever the leader's name is, it's the Dyatlov group. So his name was attached to it beforehand. But he's 23 years old. He's a 5th year majoring in radio engineering. He's natural leader, very balanced, sensible, very serious. He's the person you go to if you have a question about skiing. Although he's very serious, like all of his writings, he's very much, this is the weather, this is the temperature, we expect to be here on this date. Even his postcard home was very much all professional.
Yeah.
And not to say he wasn't very friendly or funny, because all these kids are really funny, actually. There's a picture of him like climbing up a very small tree with just like this huge grin on his face. So he's a little silly too.
Yeah. He had some fun.
Yeah. He built several radios and the pipe stove that the group took with them. So very handy.
Got Mango zooming.
Mango back there just destroying anything in his path.
Oh my
We're about to have the Mango incident up here. Oh my God, he's going to knock everything off that.
No, he never does.
Oh my God, wow, he's a ninja. You guys can't see any of this, but we just had a cat incident up on the mantelpiece that's full of stuff, fragile.
I get scared when I see a Nintendo Switch. Hey, baby, what are you doing?
You want to join the podcast?
Yeah, Mango, come and learn about this Russian mystery. Yeah, don't burn yourself.
And don't hit the camera.
Mango, here. He'll find his way if he wants to.
Yeah.
It would just be funny for the appearance.
Yeah, we always could use a cat appearance.
And you haven't met her yet, but he had a photo of Xena in his notebook.
Warrior princess. No, that's spelled differently.
So Xena, her name is Zinadia. So we're going to use their first names instead of their last names, like most of the documentaries use. Just for ease of understanding, we're not Russian. We're not used to Russian spelling, so it's easier for us to forget. If there's a group with like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, we are familiar with those names. They're easier to remember. So that's why we're using their first names and usually their nicknames. So Xena is 22 years old. She's also a fifth year major in radio engineering. She is very outgoing, very energetic. She is the most sociable, most well-liked member of the group. Very bright, and she's considered very beautiful. Like they, on their way to the hiking trip, they stopped by several schools to do talks about what they call tourism, which is just like hiking, skiing. So doing a tour of the mountain. And they said all the kids just loved her. They were so sad to see her go. And she was previously in a relationship with Yuri Doroshenko, who you have not met yet. But that's a little bit explaining the dynamic. And she, through her writings, seems to obviously still be in love with him. And there's no evidence that her and Igor were dating. So he's the one who had her picture.
Maybe it was an unrequited thing.
Maybe, I don't know.
Who's to say?
She's also very headstrong. I know this is...
I don't know why it always does this. It's cheap Amazon Basics stand. We're going to get more money.
Yeah, we're going to get more money.
Yeah.
I mean, even with our own money, we'll upgrade slowly over time.
But that's a promise to you viewers.
But later on, if you want to help.
Yeah, well, we do have some ways for you to send us some cheddar cheese. Anyway.
Yeah, so she's also very headstrong. On a previous hike, she got bit by a snake, and she refused to lighten her backpack, and she just kept on going. Wow. So very headstrong. So Yuri Doroshenko, this is who she was in a relationship with previously. So there are actually three Yuris. So we're going to call this Yuri Yurka, which is kind of like a cutesy way of saying his name. Like, you would call Nicholas Nicky.
Yeah.
I feel a little weird calling him Yurka, but this is the name that Xena gives him in her writings. So Yurka, or we could say Yuri Doroshenko. Whatever's preferred. He's 21 years old, a fourth-year radio engineering student. He's the tallest. He's pretty quiet and reserved, stubborn. He is known to also be kind of fiery sometimes. So on a previous hike, they were setting up their tent. So he's got like the hammer and he's like putting in the pegs. And apparently a bear comes up and he runs at this bear with his hammer.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We know this from like Xena's writings. So she said this is the moment she fell in love with him.
Oh my God.
He was so brave.
Fought a bear for me. I would fall in love with somebody who fought a bear for me.
Honestly.
I'm going to real fast grab my notebook so we can write down names.
You're going to keep track for us, Kelsey.
Yeah, because I'm just like...
I do have pictures when they pop up again. So if you can remember
that. But like for later and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just going to like file this guy in my head as like Yuri the Bear Slayer.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good, yeah.
That's how I'll remember this one. But we'll see if I actually can. I'm saying that right now, but I'm going to have trouble.
Now I'm like, maybe I should have something.
There's also two Alexanders, but like we're calling one Alexander and one Sasha.
Okay, that's easy to differentiate.
Yes.
I feel like Yuri is a pretty common Russian
It
name.
is. I think
It
it's
is.
like a Slavic version of Ivan,
Interesting. So there's some
Which
kind of
is-
connection there.
yeah, which is like a Slavic version of John. I'm
Yeah,
not
that-
sure.
wow.
Don't quote me.
And Ivan is like the classic Russian name. I mean, when we were all like scared of the Russians, we would just call them Ivan to
Yes.
like spite them. Like, oh, what's Ivan doing over there in
Yeah.
the snow? I didn't know that was a connection. Yuri, Ivan, John. Oh, everything is connected.
Everything's John.
Everything is John. I want that as a tattoo.
Yeah. I think Igor is also a variant of Ivan.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a separate PowerPoint.
I know.
I'm good whenever you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just taking notes.
Yeah. So Yurka, I'm going to call him, it just feels weird calling him Yurka. It's too personal. So Yuri Doroshenko, he grew up, he has a poor background. His mother's from Kazakhstan. She wasn't Kazakh, but Kazakhstan was part of the Russian Soviet Empire. And he was previously in a relationship with Sina. So this is the other Yuri. Yuri's his middle name. His first name is Grigory, but we're going to call him Yuri Kree because that's, in their writings, that's like the shorthand they use for him.
Okay.
So Yuri Kree, he is actually a graduate from UPI. He graduated 1957, which is 2 years ago, for construction and hydraulics. So apparently, he worked at a secret nuclear facility. We know now it was Mayak, which was a plutonium plant, and there was a nuclear waste explosion. So Wikipedia says that it was about the same radiation as the Chernobyl explosion. It was in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah.
like the population disaster wasn't as bad.
So it's just like not talked about as much because it didn't really have that big of an
Yes.
impact. But if you
On
really were to
humans.
take it to numbers, it's about the
Probably-
same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people died.
Probably.
Say also of all the animals and all the stuff in
Exactly.
the area because
Yeah.
it's nowhere.
So he would have been working there at that time, but like right before he goes on this trek, 1958, he resigns from the plant and says, what was the exact quote? "I can't work in this system." And of course, they were like, "No, there's no reason to dismiss you. And actually, we're going to send you to a different plant called Ozero, which is just the Russian word for lake. And you need water to cool down nuclear
That's true.
reactors. You put the waste in the water."
Yeah.
So he was close friends with Igor. He was the class clown, and he played the mandolin, and he sang.
This guy sounds fun.
Yes. So there was a story during this trek where, so he's talking to Luda, we're going to meet later. She's the treasurer, and he was asking her for some breakfast money, and she's like, no, we don't got enough for breakfast. And so he takes his hat, and he's singing to like all the people in whatever store they were at, and like panhandling for money, for breakfast money. So very funny. And he actually gets arrested for that. Or detained, not
Oh, no.
arrested.
Okay. Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
had him in a little drunk tank type
Yeah.
thing for a night or something.
I don't know. It was sort of like a disturbing the peace thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're not allowed to sing in this town.
Yeah. There's no singing here. It's the town from Footloose.
It seems to not be a big of a deal because, like, in their journals, they're like, we went and saw this movie and Yuri got arrested, and then we're going to leave tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Yeah, they didn't care that much. It must have not been a big deal.
Yeah. So Ludmila, she was the youngest of the party. She was 20 years old, a fourth-year engineering and economics student. So her father was the director of a logging factory in an isolated village up north. So you could think kind of like a company town. Where
I'm picturing like the town from Twin Peaks, which is just all logging. This
I
is
haven't seen.
you haven't seen Twin Peaks. I've only seen a few episodes of it, so I'm not much better than you. But I just picture that like logging town
Yeah.
up north type atmosphere.
Yeah, it's sort of like the logging company comes first. All the employees live in that town.
Yeah.
And you said she was a treasurer, or
She was
it-
the treasurer,
Okay.
yeah. She handled all the money of the expedition. And so her father was the director. Her mother was the head of the kindergarten. So power couple. Yeah, she was the youngest, but she's very physically strong. She liked singing and photography. Very athletic. She was particularly athletic in short distance running. And she had already led her own hike at 20 years old, a level 2 difficulty. So very competent. Don't write her off,
Yep.
even though she's the youngest. And she's the one who writes most about the mood of the trip. She writes a lot about like her sadness or like her anxiety. And this could be like her own like I vibe with her. Like, yeah, I get depressed and anxious, girl. But this also could be she's just describing the overall mood.
Okay.
So Rustem, we're going to call him Rustic. He graduated from UPI about a year before. He majored in engineering technology, and he worked at Enterprise PO Box 10. Do you want to guess what that is?
A starship.
It does sound like something like that.
So everything's a secret in Russia. We don't want the Americans knowing what we're doing. So a lot of companies, especially if they're state companies, which most of them were, they would not have their name. They would just have their PO box as like on your resume. I worked at this PO box, and like the people who were in the know knew.
They knew what that was.
Yes. So he was considered a man of few words, very decent and honest, very athletic. He did long distance running, but also very funny. He also played the mandolin.
Well, so we have two mandolinists.
I know.
And we have a long distance and a short distance
I
runner.
know.
So pretty competent D&D party we got coming up here. A couple bards, some good athletes.
Yes. And he was also a poet, and we have some of his poems he wrote in his journal. I'm sure they're better in Russian. I did read them, but I was like, this hits better in Russian, I'm sure.
Probably.
Because like you miss all the rhyming and all the wordplay. So he had previously hiked through the Tian Shan Mountains, which is in Central Asia, would have been Russia at the time. But it's like part of Kazakhstan, China. And the only reason I mention this is he would have had contact with non-Russians who may have not been friendly. For audio listeners, those were all in quotation marks because we have no idea.
Yeah.
And both his parents were university professors.
You know what I'm noticing? This is completely bonkers, but a lot of these people are 23 years old. And that's just a student age, I suppose, like college, out of college. But there's also the 23 Enigma, which I doubt you've ever heard of, but one day we'll talk about Discordianism. And I say that like every episode, and yet we're nowhere closer to it. 23 is everything.
Interesting.
And I notice it all the time. Every time it appears, I have that little tick in my head. It's like the 23 Enigma, and it's hitting me hard right now.
It's my 23 is my favorite number.
Oh my God, yeah. So you probably have the 23 Enigma somewhere in you too.
Goodness.
I get 23 like assigned to me when I get a random number assigned to me a lot, and it's oh my God, it follows.
Yeah, if I had to say my favorite number, I'm always like 23.
23, yeah.
In the conspiracies, there is
look up 23.
Yeah.
In the conspiracies, there is like numerology magic with the letter 9 or number 9, because there were 9 hikers. Later, there was a plane crash in this mountain range. 9 people in the plane.
But maybe
That's
there's
about
something.
it, though.
Maybe there's a 23 thing nobody's connected it to yet.
So Nikolai
23.
is also 23, a recent graduate of UPI. So he has a bunch of names in their journals. His name's Nikolai Thibault. So that's a French name. So they usually call him Thibault, sometimes Thibault, Kola, Nick, Nikolai. I think we're going to call him Thibault.
Yeah.
Any other preferences? Because I can change it.
No, I think that works.
All right, Thibault. So yeah, recent graduate. He worked in construction for the city of Sverdlovsk. And his
French communist.
yeah, he was a French. His family was French communists, which was probably the reason his father was sent to a gulag for 10 years under the Stalin years as like an enemy of the people. So you think Russia, you think communist. Stalin was very authoritarian.
That's true. It's a different bird there.
Yes. He was an excellent student, very self-confident, always joking. He's one who drew the topographic maps of their hikes. And he was very popular in the dorms for smuggling in banned books. So most recent one is a book called The Sexual Question.
The Sexual Question.
Yes.
Wow, and we don't know what that question is.
I should have looked up the book.
Yeah, what's the question? What are they asking? But that's very punk rock of him to smuggle banned books in.
I mean, they were like in the library, but like you needed permission.
Yeah.
You definitely weren't supposed to bring them back to the dorm.
He's getting people
He's smuggling
through the
them, so
bureaucracy.
yeah, that is punk rock. Yeah.
And then Alexander, he goes by Sasha, but because there's 2 Alexanders, we're going to call him Alexander and the other Sasha.
Okay.
In like the writing, he's also called Alexander. So like we're not dead naming him or anything silly. So he's 24 years old. He was a 4th year student majoring in nuclear physics. So he was the youngest and only boy of 5 children. And after graduation, he was set to work at another secret institute in Moscow. So very high up. Like all of these kids are from the Ural Mountain region, like the middle of Russia. So to be able to get a job in Moscow, the capital,
From there.
it's a little, I don't want to say suspicious, but he definitely had connections.
Yeah.
He was going to work at the Ministry of Medium Machine Building, whatever that means.
Medium machines? What did the machines
know.
do? They're just
But now you
medium
can kind of
sized.
start seeing, like, you can't guess anything yet, but like start thinking like why people might have potential conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Well, yeah, all these people seem to have been connected to some kind of secret research, or like they were going to work on something that nobody knew what it was. Like that's the
Yeah.
pattern we're starting to see here, isn't
Yes.
That's also just like so Russia.
it? It is. Like I feel like Russia's just full of that. Like
Yes.
Siberia or whatever is probably just full of secret facilities nobody knows about, where they were just trying to figure out like how do we turn people into lizards or some shit.
So his father was a financial director at a gulag. So usually the employees of a gulag would like live on the campus as well. So he probably grew up around German POWs sort of thing. Later, well, I'll get to it. So after his father died, though, the family fell into poverty. So he was not a very good student. He didn't get good grades, but he was very good in German. So we think he may have like interacted with German POWs.
Interesting.
He also was really good at English. So his grades increased only after joining the Leninist Young Communist League. The only comparison I can give this is like the Hitler Youth.
Oh no.
It's not a bad, it's like the Boy Scouts, okay?
Yeah.
Well, I just think of like Jojo Rabbit.
Exactly. It's just something for kids to do. They're not thinking about what it is.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
something you join at like 14. So maybe Boy Scouts is like a better,
Yeah.
but it's like for political loyalty.
Yeah.
But they like have this in like the Nordic countries too. Like you'll have the Democratic Club or whatever.
I feel like a lot of countries have their equivalent of
Yeah.
scouting that way.
Yeah, but he joined not at 14, but at 18. Very late. But after he joins, his grades start going up. So we don't know why. He could have got his connections to get to Moscow from his connections he made with this group.
Interesting.
Which is
And
the-
they probably also could have told him like, hey, like, if you want to work here,
Yeah,
get your grades up, and like
hit the
that's-
books.
I would, yeah, because college is where it matters.
Yeah.
he had a very active social life, and in the sports club, he was best at shooting.
So he was the ranger of this party.
Very well. Yeah, this is a very competent group, very well balanced, very athletic, very fit. So this is Sasha. So he's the stranger.
Okay, so a stranger.
Yes. So he graduated from the Institute of Physical Education in Minsk, which is in Belarus. He's a bit older than the others. He's 38 years old, and the rest are in their early 20s. So he's the one who served in the armed forces as squad leader from 1941 to 1946, which was when the Nazis were occupying Russia. And you know the draft, how the
Yeah.
draft works. Like they draw out a year, and so everyone born in that year has to go fight. So his year that was drawn, the survival rate was 3%.
Oh my God. So he's like probably got some crazy survivor's guilt.
Yeah. Very lucky as well.
Well, also probably saw so many people.
Oh my
around his
God.
age
Yeah.
die.
Just like blood spray everywhere.
Everything.
So in the army as squad leader, some people think it's like very unusual. He had a whole bunch of different jobs. That's kind of normal for a squad leader. Like you're kind of like the manager.
Yeah.
Like you go to different stores. So it's not too unusual. People throw that into conspiracies. He worked as a sports instructor, so like a tourism instructor who would like lead you on ski hikes.
Oh, okay.
So the reason he's on this expedition is he had planned to go on a hike like for fun, but he wanted a shorter one because he wanted to go see his mom and like take her on a hike through the Caucasus Mountains. So he's like, hey, can I join the Dyatlov group? Which is allowed. You can do that. I mean, in Russia, you have to like file everything. So like they all have to get permission to go on this hike. Russia's bureaucratic hell.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it all works. Apparently he was single though. But like for his age, only 3% of men his age survived. It's very unusual that he's single.
Yeah. Seems like the odds would be pretty good for him. But I mean, he probably also had some not very fun dreams every night. So
Maybe.
life was
Yeah.
not so good.
Yeah.
So apparently he will die on his 38th birthday. If we accept that February 2nd was the date of death for this group. I'm not sure about that. But also he may have lied about his birthday during the trek. So on January 31st, one of them writes in their journal, it was Sasha's birthday, like this Sasha. His birthday, we gave him a tangerine, sort of thing. I don't know if he's the one who said, it's my birthday today. Or if, because like the kids, they don't know this guy. Like he could just lie about anything.
Yeah, you get away with it.
Yes. I will say during January 31st, there was some tension in the group. So he may have just been like trying to ease the tension. Like, be nice, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
That's my sister's birthday.
Oh, the synchronicity continues.
Because she was born 4 years and 6 days after me.
Don't dox yourself.
No.
That's fine.
It's okay. They already know our birthdays from when we talk about astrology and stuff, and we told all our birthdays. And
Yeah,
so
that's not doxing. So that's fine.
it just means they can give us presents.
They just know
like,
January 25th.
yeah.
So during the investigation after the incident, his body was exhumed for the investigation twice. First time, his DNA did not match that of his living niece. Second time, it did.
Oh my God.
I will say, this is 1959. DNA is not great.
No,
at
we're
this
not
time.
there yet, really.
But some people theorize, like, this isn't him. This is actually his brother who was dead at the time. It was buried in his grave.
But even like DNA today, I mean, like when we did the Honey Boo Boo episode,
That's true.
when they were trying to see if Sugar Bear was her dad, it came out inconclusive.
Yeah.
That's not perfect.
Yeah.
I don't put too much stock in it.
But it's something to consider.
But a little bit about his personality. It's conflicting. Some people say he's very rude, very, can get very, like a mean drunk. Some people say they interacted with him. He's very polite. He seems like a gentleman. He was accused of assaulting his aunt when he was living with her. So we do have that on the record.
Assaulting like attacking or assaulting like...
Like hitting.
Okay.
PTSD from war.
Yeah. Just
Possibly.
lashing out, maybe.
He did say it was an accident. The way a mean drunk would.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we find out he's living with a married woman. He does have a girlfriend.
Ooh.
And this is all very secret for some reason. And the only reason we know he was living with this woman was because they got accused of bribery. So they moved to this new town. And because everything's owned by the state, they're given a house. And they were accused of bribing. Well, she was accused of bribing. And Sasha said, I had nothing to do with it. Of bribing the housing manager. So they're trying to get a nicer house or like nicer furnishings, allegedly. But this woman, Tamara, she was still legally married to her ex-husband. I assume there was some like either social or like legal complications of getting divorced. So that's probably why she was.
Yeah. Still in 1956. Yeah.
Exactly.
Russia. So.
Not great options for a woman there, I would think.
And allegedly they did have a child together. She had children from her previous marriage, but they had a baby, Sasha, who is apparently, it's all very mysterious, given away, which I'm not sure why. But allegedly it was to Sasha's parents. So yeah, they were charged with bribery. And during the Nazi occupation, his brother was a traitor. I don't know what he did, but he did something to like be on the same side as the Nazis. And Sasha did not narc on his brother, but you should narc when it's Nazis.
Exactly. This is another Space Beam Sonar official statement here.
You should narc on Nazis.
Narc on Nazis.
He's the most mysterious of the group in like his military records. His last name does start with a Z, but he seemingly added in like rosters after the fact. Like his name is just at the bottom of the list, not alphabetically like the rest of them.
Weird.
I have not seen every single primary document though, so it's a theory for now. And he's mysteriously wealthy.
Where does the money come from?
I don't know.
No one knows.
Because he's a sports instructor. He leads tours. But also he was able to move to this town. And to like move in Russia is very hard to do, especially with a criminal background.
That would check out.
Very, very. A lot of people think he was like secret ops or whatever. Like
Yeah.
a special agent of the army.
Interesting.
That's not proven. But very interesting guy. Very funny also. Like every single picture is him just goofing, laughing.
Yeah, he looks very serious in that photo.
I know.
Yeah, you could not conflate that with somebody goofing off, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. That very first picture I showed of the hikers, he was one of the ones like falling over laughing.
Okay, that was him.
Yeah. So Yuri Yudin, the final Yuri, he is the one
Yuri.
who makes it out alive.
Oh, man.
So he was 21 years old at the time, fourth-year engineering student. He was closest with Luda and Xena, so the two girls. And a sciatica nerve flare-up in his leg is what sent him home. So it was just too painful to walk, so he goes home early, like right before they get to the mountains. I think he was like in the town where they were going to take a truck to the place where they would start skiing.
So this is the reason he dodged the mysterious deaths. Like he went home before it all started going to shit. Okay.
Yes. But he's very instrumental in like explaining the dynamics of the group.
Yeah.
And identifying some of the items. So he does. So the main theory is that there was an avalanche that caused all their injuries. Yuri does not believe that. He believes that they were victims of a super powerful weapon.
What, like a space laser?
I don't know, some secret Russian weapon.
Oh, no.
That they were experimenting.
Just picking off hikers.
Yeah. And he claims he was forced to sign an NDA for military reasons. I will say, in the case file, everyone signed an NDA. Because he was also like part of the search party. So like all the people in the search party had to sign an NDA.
Which is so weird.
It's Russia.
Yeah.
But still.
Bureaucratic hell.
That is suspicious.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Well, did he live like a normal life like afterwards?
Yeah, he lived until his 70s or 80s.
I'm surprised Russia didn't kill him.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, I mean, like if someone was going around saying I got signed an NDA and you would think like, hey, they would come after you.
Maybe there was just a sniper trained on him every waking moment of his life afterward and he knew it. He was just like,
So I would say that even like anywhere, like you're on NDA.
So he never married, and he was plagued with survivor's guilt. Like, he made this case his life. But he continued to go on hikes into his 70s. He went on a few hikes to Dyatlov Pass, which the pass was named after the group after the fact. But shortly before his death, he pulled away. He isolated, which is pretty common for people who expect to be close to the end. And he said he was writing a book of all the evidence he has on the case. But when he dies, there is no manuscript to be found. There's just newspaper clippings.
Oh, no.
This could be someone took some knowledge that he should not have been trying to get out, or he didn't get around to it. I also have a ton of just sources lying around and nothing written. So we don't know quite what happened, but he was buried at the monument next to 7 of his friends. The others were like at family graves. So possible complications, don't read this yet.
Oh.
So what do you think possible complications were with the group dynamic?
The dynamic. I mean,
Well, we have a love triangle kind of going on.
Yeah, possibly.
we have like two mandolinists. Maybe one thinks he's a better mandolinist than the
a
other.
fiddle battle.
We'll say the stranger too.
Yeah, there is the stranger. They don't know this guy. I just wonder. I mean, they're all just young people that would have that kind of like hormonal stuff flaring up, you know?
And it's a high stress situation as well.
Yeah.
I will say that so Igor was the leader of the group. Sasha, a man more than a decade older than him, is used to being the instructor. So maybe, complete speculation, there was some battling of who should be in charge. Maybe.
Maybe. I could see it. You know, you little upstart, what do you think you're doing?
Possibly. Allegedly. If you remember, there was one of them's father was confined to a gulag. Another's father was in charge of a gulag. Maybe there's some complications there, or like some sort of wealth disparity clashes. Again, all allegedly, just pointing out we don't know about these people, so we're working with what we do know.
All we have is the scraps. I mean, I love this, though. I mean, there's all these sources you have to just pour through to piece the story together. This would be a good video game, like one of those games where you just have to investigate and try and figure out what happened. Like, there are games like that. There's that one about, like, the ship that comes back to the harbor empty. Like, have you ever seen that one? And you have to, like, go through the ship and all the logs and try and figure out where all the crew went. I'm trying to remember what that's called. It was in a very interesting style visually, too, where it was all just, like, one color. But that's kind of what this reminds me of. This kind of thing where you have to kind of play investigator to even understand, and then you're not going to understand anything anyway. So
we try, though.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
All right, the search. I got some really pretty pictures for audio listeners for each title card. The search is also very well photographed. But also these are a bunch of college students, so they're not crime scene photography. But there's a ton of photography documentation. So it is February 1959. A telegram was expected from the Dyatlov group. They were meant to send it to the UPI Sports Club. And they were supposed to send word that they had made it back from the mountain and they're about to go get on the train back to the city. The city's Visha. I practiced that.
We know we're pronouncing that one right then.
Like the ZH is like a J sound, like in treasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visha. Vijay. Probably said it wrong.
Now I start to sound French. The way you're trying to say it.
So this telegram was supposed to arrive no later than February 12th, but it's not too unusual for hikes to go a day or so late.
Yeah.
There could be bad weather. There could have been an injury that delayed them. Not too unusual. But today is February 20th.
That's my dad's birthday.
Stop.
Birthdays just keep lining up, man.
Oh my God. So the group was supposed to be back on campus February 15th. It's February 20th. There's no search party yet. 2 days after the expected telegram is when the family starts calling to see what's up. So particularly Alexander's sister, Rima, she calls up the sports club and is like, hey, where's my brother? And they tell her, oh, we did get the telegram. They're about a week late. They're going to come. Don't worry.
There was no telegram though, was there?
There was a telegram, but from a different group.
So they just fudged it. They thought they got the telegram, but
I think it was an honest lie.
oh man.
Because she did talk to just like a regular member, not like the head of the club. So I give him some grace.
Just didn't know the difference
Yeah.
between
Although he could have panicked and been like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll give him grace. So they call and they cannot even get in touch with the head of the sports club. Like he's unreachable via phone. He's a busy guy.
Guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm less likely to give him grace. And it's only until February 19th when the director of the entire school is even aware that they're missing. Like almost a week. A week later.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. So all this time has passed and there's no word.
Yes. And Rima, the sister, actually has to go to, I don't know, court, but she like appears before the Secretary of Internal Affairs. Like, I think of the region, which is a pretty big region, and says like, this is what's happening. We have to form a search party. So it's really the families who like get the search party ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. So February 21st is the first search party sent out. And it comprises mostly of student volunteers, but there are also prison guards from a correctional facility nearby. They're just nearby. Some officers and firefighters, rescue dogs, Mansi locals. So Mansi is the local indigenous tribe. And a few experienced hikers called pathfinders from Moscow. And eventually there will be do you all know what a sapper is?
I've never heard the term sapper.
No, me neither. It's a military term for military combatant engineers. They usually do things like mine sweeping.
Okay.
So they come out to help.
So they're like safety techs kind of in this weird way. Anyway.
And they're like, we'll bring our minesweepers. And the guy wrote back like, that's good. Can you bring avalanche probes?
Yeah, I mean, are we thinking landmines first?
I know.
But interesting. This seems like a very cobbled together party. Like it's kind of just whoever you could get. But then also these specialists. That's what there was this like line as you're saying these people that helped between like, all right, these were the randos that could just throw some hands in.
Yeah.
And then some very special specialists.
Yeah.
It's an interesting divide there.
Yeah. I will say it first started out as a rescue party. So I think it was mostly like casual searchers and investigator. Later on, it's the more military starts showing up. Okay, they find this later, but it's important. It'll be less confusing if I say it now. So the labas, which is a French word that I don't know how to say. So this is like a storage cache. So you would make this, for the listeners at home, this is like an elevated wood platform that's so animals can't get to it in the middle of the forest.
It's like a bear proofing thing.
Yes. This is where you would dump your gear before like going up the mountain. So you don't have to like carry everything.
Yeah, that'd be
But
worth it.
when you come back down and you're going back home, you still have all your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So labas, this is not their labas. This is a Mansi example. So the local indigenous tribe. So theirs, they buried it. Some people say this is unusual. I think it gets the job done. Animals still can't get to it.
True.
So their labas was found across the river from their last known campsite. So the January 31st campsite. It's kind of far away, which could be unusual, but we know from their journals that they were having trouble. Like they were somewhat behind. Daylight was fading. They needed to set up camp. Igor says in his that like I can't even think about setting up the labaz right now. So this could have been like a fast and quick version.
Yeah.
And inside there is a whole bunch of stuff. There was a bunch of food, cereal, sugar, one of their mandolins.
Do we know whose
I
mandolin?
don't think so.
Oh no! So
we do, but I don't know.
it's just not confirmed. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting to wonder whose mandolin got left behind and whose got taken. Another source of animosity. Like they let you keep your mandolin.
Or maybe it could have been like, I don't want mine to get damaged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Protect
maybe.
mine.
I will say these. They were singing the entire way to the mountains. Like you're a 1959 early 20s kid. You don't got TikTok. You're gonna sing on the bus ride, on the train, all together, and sort of
exactly.
like.
And it could kind of be like, I played for so long. Now it's your turn to take over.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break.
Possibly.
We don't need two bards in this party.
Yeah.
We got to compartmentalize.
An extra pair of skis were left behind. They're the ones sticking up in the snow to like designate this is where we left our stuff.
Yeah.
And there's like a pair of leggings tied to flap in the wind, so you can find it.
Okay.
2 pairs of ski shoes. Yeah, 2 pairs of ski shoes and an ice axe, some clothing like a cap, shirt, a mask. So it's kind of unusual that they left a pair of ski shoes. There were some socks in it that were like frozen solid, so maybe they accidentally left wet socks in their shoes and now they're unusable.
Yeah.
I guess that is true. If you got a sock wet in this climate, you're going to have to say goodbye.
Yeah. They have plenty of shoes, so no one's going shoeless yet. That wasn't funny. Cut that out.
No.
You can keep that one in. But okay, yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff left in their labas. I said where it was. So this was found March 2nd. We're still February 21st. Okay. So this is found later. I just want to show you where it was next to the last known campsite.
So like a little over a week into the search, they discover this thing.
Yes. So they find other stuff before.
I'm just curious, how do you build a labas? Like, is it just straight pieces of wood that you have to like?
It's like,
or did you already have this?
I think this is something you create on the spot.
That's so complicated.
It's like
that's what I like. I mean, obviously these trees are really tall and don't have like a lot of sticks, but I think of always like the rope method where they like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
yeah, that's
that
an
looks
interesting
so
thing.
complicated. I would not want to do that on my journey.
This might be something you set up once and use again and again.
Yeah.
Because there are hunting trails that the Mansi use around here. So I would assume you make this once and reuse it.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a long-term generational thing.
Yeah.
Because it looks a lot more permanent than, say, your typical bear bag.
That's why I think it's... I wouldn't want to do that after hiking.
No, gosh.
I would not make that.
Yeah, you draw sticks and the shortest straw gets to make that thing.
That's like a team effort. Like, that's a lot of work.
It's like a barn raising.
And it's a team effort to even set up with a tent. So you can't spare people.
Plus, I mean, having a lack of wood because everything's wet.
I mean, I was just glad to hear that was a utilitarian thing rather than like a Blair Witch thing.
Yeah.
Because just seeing wooden structures like that in the middle of the woods would make me think of Blair Witch a little bit.
Can you all see this map here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like their hike route.
At the bottom of the map is their January 31st last known campsite, which is the small dot, and where they buried their storage.
Okay.
At the top is the Mount Otorotin. A little bit above the January 31st camp is 2 mountains, which is kind of hard to see, and then a valley between them. So the valley is the Dyatlov Pass now. So the plan is to go through the valley up the mountain. They don't end up doing that, but we'll find out why later in the next episode. So they find their tent, and that's where we'll leave the episode.
Yeah, everybody hang on. We're going to continue this story. We're not leaving you hanging.
Yes.
We're going to find out what happened to that tent.
Yes.
But now it's going to take a short break and come back into this. So
yes.
See us in the next episode.
Join us for more Dyatlov Pass shenanigans.
We can call it that.
No, shenanigans is in people fucking died.
Yeah, it's bad. The beginning was a shenanigan when they're playing songs. And
it started with shenanigans.
It started.
I thought about
Getting arrested is a shenanigan.
Yeah. That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
until
they all got killed by the Yeti or whatever. So
we'll find out.
we're gonna find out.